Good morning, Remax. Kenny Bost here again with you guys for the social media boot camp this week. And this week we're going to be talking about LinkedIn and a separate topic of creating content. So we're going to talk about creating content to each social media platform and what kind of content we should post as real estate agents. How often we should post, how to properly format posts for you guys specifically, like a new listing, how to get people to push from Facebook back to their website, which is a huge goal for all of you from your posts. So, but we want to start off with a quick overview of LinkedIn and kind of like, you know, how do we utilize it as real estate agents, and how do we use it as a marketing tool? So the great thing about LinkedIn is it's not a super hands-on social platform like Facebook, Twitter, and the other ones that we've gone over in the past, Google Plus, etc. It's really more, a lot of people think of it as an online resume for yourself, which it is, but it can also be used as a tool to reach out to people maybe you haven't reached out to in a while, creating business connections, professional connections with people, and all that. So what I've done is I've pulled up my profile because I actually have not updated mine in a while. Mostly because I'm not really a public figure and I don't push from my LinkedIn to my business. That's just, a personal choice of mine because a lot of my business is referral based. So I'm not doing a lot of reaching out, although I could be. There definitely is potential there for me to bring in more business if I utilize LinkedIn. But luckily for us, I have some things that need to be updated on my profile, and you guys have some areas in which that can be updated as well. Now I've set this up for I've set up other people's profiles, so we're going to be able to get through this pretty easily and get you guys some great information on how to get your LinkedIn set up correctly. So just to talk about why LinkedIn is good for marketing, here's a few reasons. Number one, research. Let's say you're meeting someone new, you take a look at their profile along with other, Googling, searching you might be doing of them. That would be research on LinkedIn. Great spot to find out about people. Reconnecting. This works well with colleagues from prior careers or alumni groups, for example. You can search for people, jobs, companies, and more up here, right, in your search bar, similar to Facebook, how they have the search bar up top here. Find someone, find out all the information about them. You can get referrals and, kind of form like strategic alliances. Agents in other markets, other professionals that might help you build relationships with other alliances outside real estate are all good examples of people that you can find on LinkedIn. Notifications, they let you know, notifications on LinkedIn, right? It'll let you know if someone's changed a job, and that's a great reason to reach out and, congratulate someone. So just building relationships, again, like we've talked about on other social platforms. I'm just pulling up a couple of my notes here so I can make sure I go over everything with you guys on LinkedIn. Let's see. So another thing, we want to do on our LinkedIn really is make ourselves look good, and since like a home is one of the biggest purchases a person will make in their lifetime, you need to establish trust, with a prospective buyer. So people want to make sure that you know what you're talking about, and that you you can close a deal successfully, and things like that. So you want to build up your LinkedIn profile with details about your experience and recommendations from happy buyers, endorsement sections like, let's see, if we go to my profile right here, and then we go to the bottom here, we've got all these endorsements, right? So social media marketing, and then I've got some other things somewhat related to social media marketing, which is my main expertise. And then for you guys, it would be there would be other things in here like residential sales or things of that nature, and we will take a look at a couple people's profiles who are within our Remax circle in Valencia, and just to kind of give you like an idea of what kind of skills and endorsements you can add in here, because you add your skills, right, and then people basically see your skills on here and they click on them for you. They give you a little endorsement. So what else? We want to connect with industry leaders. So if there are other people possibly that you would like to maybe learn from in the real estate field, or someone that you feel like you guys kind of transfer business back and forth between each other, um, being on LinkedIn together is a great thing, right? So if we scroll down to, we've got education, right? We've got additional information, groups, LinkedIn groups that you can be a part of. So for me, it's all social media. For you guys, it could be real estate. And we've got kind of like all our past stuff up here, past jobs, etc. So let's see. All right, yeah, let's just jump right in, guys. So right at the top, right, we've got, I'm just going to assume that you have a LinkedIn profile this time. It's something that you should have. If not, very easy to set up, right? It's just like any other social media platform. You just create a username with your email, and then you start adding in all the information. So for us, for you guys, right? So we're going to make sure that it's your full name. I use Kenneth. I go by Kenny, but I use Kenneth on here because I just like it to be like a resume, right? So on my resume, I have it written like that. And what is my position? Founder at Makeover Social, now founder at True North Social, which has changed. So that can be edited as well. So let's say you want to change something, right? You go founder at that. Let's say I want to do another thing. Let's see if I can just go. And I hit save. Or if we just go founder at bank blank and save. Okay, cool. So now we've got that changed up. Let's say we want to talk about the area we're in. So if it's Valencia, right, it would be, you do United States, you would do 91355 or 91381, I believe it is for you guys, is like where the Remax on the Old Road office is. And you would add that all in there, and then it would kind of give you options here, and then you would choose your industry. Let's see if we have a real estate. Bam, real estate. So you guys would choose real estate right here. And then you would just hit save. And then you would drop down and talk about what your current positions are. This also different for me, is being pulled from this information down here, your experience. So it's kind of set up just like a resume, right? We talk about our name, where we are located, school we went to at the top, and it just talks about like our current jobs and real quick our previous job right here, right? And then something that we're going to come back to in just a minute is this 500 plus connections. This builds huge trust across LinkedIn. You'll just start getting a bunch of people following you strictly because like your profile has such a great reputation now. So on Facebook, right, we just keep getting friends and that number keeps raising and raising and raising. And on LinkedIn, once you hit 500 friends, you can just call it what it is, 500 friends. They call it connections. It just has a plus sign after 500. So one of my biggest goals when I first got on LinkedIn was like, I want that 500 plus, right? Because I would run into people's profiles and I'd be like, that's awesome that they have that many connections on LinkedIn. They must like be a big deal, right? So what I did was I just started adding people like crazy. And on LinkedIn, they do a really good job of like people you may know or things like that, right? So I'm sorry, let me back it up for you guys. That was super fast. We're on your profile. You want to get the 500 plus connections thing higher. We're going to go to add connections, people you may know. This thing will just go on and on and on and on. If you click see all, people you may know, see all, click on that. It will take you to a long list of people you may know. What I would do, I found it much easier to do on my phone or on my iPad than clicking this over and over because for some reason in your browser window, it just wasn't as quick. And I just wanted to add people as fast as I can, like tap, 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 tap this button. And on my phone or on my iPad, I found it much easier to do, probably preferably phone, just because it's just easier to hold in your hand. And then people started following me back, and then I eventually got to the 500 plus connections. Contact info. This stuff can be changed. Right now, I'm not going to be changing any of this, but why don't we go ahead and do a couple things here. I have an old email address available to people on LinkedIn just because I don't like people emailing my main one. But you guys, as real estate agents, as a public figure, I would just put your regular one here, or info at your website as your primary email would be the best choice. That's across all the social medias. So if you want to do Facebook, Twitter, etc., their primary email should be info at yourwebsite.com. It shouldn't be, bill@gmail.com. But if you guys don't have an info at your website, definitely talk to your tech guy or whoever's building your website and see if you can get that done. If not, you just use your regular email. Let's go back. And let's go into summary, which has not always been on LinkedIn. But if we hit add summary, I can add like some information about myself into here, right? So let's say I want to do that. I would just say, let's see if I can just go to my old website and I just pull like some information out of here. Let's see. This might not be the best choice. Copy. All right, we'll just use that for now. So go back to our LinkedIn, drop something in here. Let's do founder of True North Social, a digital marketing agency located in Santa Monica, California. We've earned a ton of credit, variety of industries across all of Los Angeles. Hit save. Not definitely. Make sure your grammar is correct. Founder of True North Social, comma, a digital marketing agency located in Santa Monica, California. That's fine. We've earned a ton of credit, variety of industries. No needed for a comma here. Hit save. All right, so this could be longer. I would say it should be like a solid paragraph in this area. And then if we want to add a photo, right? Let's say I want to add a photo to my summary. Sure, I'll add a photo. Let's see if I can grab a photo. I don't even know if I have something on here. Sorry, guys, I'm just pulling something up. Bang. So then I added a little photo in there. That's nice. Title, True North, description. Hit save. So now we've got the reason that we did that name with the link, right? So it's whenever they click on this picture now, it takes them to my website. So we've got a little summary, an image with a link, and we can add another link underneath it if we'd like to, a video, which would be really cool actually. If you guys have like a YouTube channel and you guys have like a team introduction or something like that, you could just add that video on there. That would be cool. So languages, add language, that's fine. If you want to add volunteering experience. So remember, we're trying to just make ourselves look as good as possible. So if any of this is something that you guys do maybe once a year, or let's say you contribute, to something in the SCV, I would add that in there. So we have a lot of other options on here, right, that you can add in. And I would say that as a real estate agent, let's say that you used to work in, what would be something that maybe, let's say you used to do marketing, like I do marketing, well, maybe not marketing, because that might actually be okay. But like if there's anything in your past experience that's not related to real estate, and I would say in the past, 5 to 10 years, I would leave it out. I would just put as much information as you can about real estate into here. So, I mean, and push it a little bit, if you need to exaggerate slightly, then I mean, I don't see that there being an issue with that. It's just a LinkedIn profile. So, it's not like you're being checked or regulated. So I would just say, do whatever you can to make this look the best you can. Kind of like how I have 500 plus connections, right? But I mean, I don't really know all those people. So, a bit of an exaggeration there, but I don't care. It looks good at the end of the day. So other things that you can do now, you can add a background photo. This wasn't even an option when I was started on LinkedIn. And let's say that we wanted to do that. We would just click add background video and just like, and kind of here too, change photo. This is how you're going to add this is how you're going to add your profile photo. And this is how you're going to add your background photo. You just click here and this will fill this whole section right here like a banner, just like on Twitter. Okay. So in here, these should be much more filled out, each of these. So let's say founder at Makeover Social, right? And I want to add location description. Absolutely. This description section should be long, should be filled up right here, especially for you guys in real estate. You know, let's say you've been at Remax, you were at like another brokerage before. Put those as your past things if you're at another brokerage before, obviously. But if you get back down to like, oh, my first job was at McDonald's when I was 18, do not put that in here, please. Okay, so now let's get down a little bit further. That kind of gives us the basis here. Actually, one thing I do want to note is adding images into each of these to make your profile look better. So you add in all the copy or the text that you need to, and then you want a little image right here. Let me get out of this. Give me 1 second. Why don't we just add a new section? Add a position, company name, True North Social, title, founder, location, Santa Monica, California. Time period. Well, this is new, but we're going to just call it we're just going to do the same, January 2013 to I currently work here, right? I updated my headline too. That would, when it says updated my headline too, that's talking about changing right here, this section. So come back down to description and we just take that into here. Okay, so like this little thing right here is how we're going to add an image. So click on that, upload a file. North Social, hit open. I'm sorry. Remove this media, remove, yes. So that's what happens if you mess that up. But let's just hit save on this section. Still wants to put my Makeover Social on top. So the reason it wants to do that is because of the date here. So let's just change this to, let's see if I change it to February. Bam, brings it up. Brings it up. And then let's just go add to position, right? So we want to add, okay, if we want to add these little logos like Remax or this BHI that I have here to each of these sections, what you want to do is you go just to the top of the experience section, scroll over to this little square with a plus, and then you do the section that you want to add a position to, I mean, an image to, right? So founder at True North Social, upload file, we do what we just did a minute ago, which is open an image file off your computer, and then add a little link, and everything's looking good here now. Descriptions, areas, everything. Got links. Could do a link separate. See what happens if we do that. Okay, so It wants to be weird. All right, so let's talk about the 500 plus connections now. Or actually, no, let's talk about endorsements. We've got this experience in here. We've got a logo. And we'll change to this after we refresh the page. And we'll change into a smaller logo after we refresh the page, hopefully. Skills and endorsements. This is something that you're going to have to add in yourself. So you're going to go into add skill, right here. And I want to be endorsed. Yes. Include me in endorsement suggestions to my connection. So this will suggest to your connections like, hey, you should endorse Kenny for social media marketing, right? Or something like that. And show me suggestions to endorse my connections, right? So it'll tell us on our notifications, like, you should endorse this person for this, and you should. The more that you endorse other people, the more they'll endorse you. So it's the give and take, just like following people to get followers back. So what are your areas of expertise? Well, we did social media marketing. Let's see if there's other ones. Let's talk about what there should be for you guys, right? So let me just leave this page. So let's see. Okay, here we go. Look at all these different ideas for real estate we've got here. First-time home buyers, listings, move up buyers, REOs, single-family houses, townhomes, foreclosures, new home sales, buyer representation. And we've got sellers, relocation, investment properties, referrals, short sales, condos, investors. So those are some great ideas for that right there. Let's try. Here, scroll down. Short sales, investment properties, foreclosures, sellers, ABR, REO, real estate, condos, first-time home buyers, real estate transactions, and then property and listings, right? So that is quite a few ideas for you guys to, and feel free to pause on this part of the video if you're trying to just go ahead and take all these down into your profile, which you should. Take them all down. It's going to sort by what you get most endorsed for. So let's say you have all these other ones that you know, agent ... also knows about. And then it'll be all the ones that don't fit in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 skills, top 10 skills right here. So go back to the profile. Okay. Your education, super self-explanatory. You're just going to hit add education right here. Just like up here when you hit add skill, and just like up here when you hit add position, you're going to go to add education. Click on that. You add in all your information here, add in all your information here. Any additional info? I just like to put, like, you know, contact info for contacting me. And then we've got groups. So if we want to manage our groups, groups are great to have. You know, you can get more connected with other industry professionals on LinkedIn. And the way that we do that is you just go into your group section, and you can find groups or create a group right here. These are your two things for groups, for learning more about groups right there. All right, guys, so let's get the 500 plus connections thing down, and then we're going to jump into creating content for real estate, which will be a pretty short section, but there's just some basic things that I would like everyone to know. So how do we get to 500 plus connections? It's kind of like I said here. You actually just hover over this. There's no even need to click on this, but you would just go people you may know. You can click on see all. Let's do that one more time just so you guys are people. You hover over the outline of the person with the plus sign, and you go to people you may know, see all. Okay. We have all these people here that I might know with, that I might have a connection with. Could be second or third party connection, but LinkedIn pulls that in. So like, let's say I'm friends with someone who knows Melissa or who knows Stacy, then they will think that you might know this person, right? So what we would do here is we just go through all these and just connect. And I don't even, when I'm on my phone and I was doing it, I would just not even look at who it was. Sometimes I figured, you know what, if it's someone I might know, let's add them as a connection on LinkedIn. Because why? I want to get to that 500 plus number. I want to build that reputation on LinkedIn when someone lands on my profile that makes it look like, you know, I'm as established as I can be. All right, guys. So also when you're linking to LinkedIn from your website or from YouTube or wherever else, let's say that you're adding like social media links, quote unquote, to the top of a website. Let's just go to remax-valencia.ca.com, right? Bam, right here. You have this on your website and you need the link that you right here that opens the Remax page. What you would do is you go into your LinkedIn profile, and this is your link right here for that. Right underneath your profile, it's a really little thing. You can also grab from up here, but this is the proper link. You see how there's all this extra, oh, you guys can't see the URL, I don't think, on Google Hangouts, but on the in the URL tab, which is right on the top of this page here, like in every browser, you could copy that link, correct, but it has a bunch of excess characters at the end of it. So what you want to do is just grab this clean link right here and use this as your link on your website, right, for LinkedIn. And yes, if you want to search Remax of Santa Clarita, that's not correct. Bam, right here. So if you search RE/MAX of Santa Clarita, it is not Connor MacGyver right here. It is the second one down, Remax of Valencia in Santa Clarita. So you can search Remax of Valencia and Santa Clarita. If you just search Remax of Valencia and Santa Clarita up top here with the dash in Remax, it'll pull it up right away. Click on that and just go ahead and hit follow. And this is the proper link for saying where you work at as well. So if you guys need to find that, let's try that one more time without the dash. Actually, Remax of Valencia, Santa, doesn't come up. So what you need to do is do the dash here, /max of Valencia and Santa Clarita, has 51 to 200 employees. Click on that. And this is going to be the proper company page for where you work. All right, guys. Let's get into creating content. So what I want to do is I want to jump right into Facebook and talk about posting a listing. And so this is a business page for real estate that I like a lot, actually located down somewhat near me in Santa Monica, called Pardee Properties. It's in Venice. And they do a pretty good job if you want to check them out. Pardee, it's Pardee Properties. Keeping a clean Facebook page for real estate. A couple things that I really like are the way that they do featured listings. So you'll see a lot of people posting on Facebook, right? They'll be like, new listing, and then they do the address for the listing, the bedrooms and baths, the square footage, and all that information on there. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first started posting listings on real estate, I did the same thing. And then I realized, wait, why am I giving them all this information when what I want them to do is end up on my website where they can call me, contact me, I can get their information, etc. Or else it's just like, it's not doing anything for us. I mean, it's getting it out there to some people, but our main goal is getting them back to our website, right? So, okay, what we do is I would just do a short brief thing about the property with a shortened bit.ly link, which we've talked about before. Let me show you what a bit.ly link is. See how this is nice and small? It's not super long, messy URL. What you would do here is you would go bit.ly.com. This is the link shortener. This is how you get a really long, messy link into a small little nice link like this. So you do featured listing, colon, and then a magical compound and an almost 11,000 square foot lot. This Palms duplex is one of the most desirable streets east of Lincoln. And then what they've done here is they've thrown together a little collage, and they said the address at the bottom here. If you just want to do a single picture here, no problem. I think that you should just take whatever picture is the most intriguing that will make them click on it. So see, out of these 4 pictures, I would probably not choose this deck in the back here. And I probably wouldn't choose the front of the house either, because maybe it's not that great. But this shot here of the kitchen opening to the living room, it's actually really nice. And I would say that that's the most intriguing picture. So, or maybe just this kitchen one with a kind of like a view out the back. Can't tell, it's so small. And just make that the entire picture. So we've got featured listing, a short little blurb, and then a link that takes us to, let's click on that and see what it takes us to. Oh, look, it's their website with the phone number clearly stated, all the information about it. So this gets them, look, and then we've got a little link to their email right here and the rest of the pictures for them to check out. So that is the way you post a listing on Facebook. It is not, check out my new listing with like all this information on it. I'm not saying that that's like horrible. I'm not saying that like you should be embarrassed if you've been doing that. Like you're still getting your listing out there, and that's great. And you're utilizing Facebook as a marketing tool, 100%. I'm just saying that there's a slightly better way to pull people in and how and to utilize it as a marketing tool, a slightly better way. And this is, I think, a great way to base that off of. Let's go ahead and talk about what else they're doing. Look, they're talking about the community. Great idea for content. We talk about, look, staying in town for this weekend, right? We talk about open houses, also a great idea for content. We go to another listing, then we go into a quote, a review, that's a cool idea, right? If you want to take a Zillow review, you can just take a screenshot of the thing and then write it into here. There is a way to screenshot on Windows and on Mac. See what they did here? They just what they did was they went onto Zillow, onto their review. They took a screenshot of it, and then they added a little logo in there using Photoshop, or using even Paint can do this if you just want to add 2 images together. And they saved it, and then they uploaded it on here like this. You just need to Google how to screenshot on Windows, how to screenshot on Mac, and it will teach you. And you can just grab parts of your page, right? You would just click and drag over this section, and it would make this like area an image, and then you could post that. All right, let's see. A little more on, it's talking about signing up for a newsletter here. This is talking about, then we go back into the community again, and then we do market snapshot, standard stuff for real estate. Then we go back into listing again, and then we go back into listing, or signing up for a newsletter. So this is all like, they're just shuffling content in week after week. So if we go to Remax's site, go to Remax, and then we're going to look at some content that gets posted on here, right? Quote of every Monday morning, we do a quote. And then let's see, every Sunday we do a thing about SCV. And if you click on this link, it takes you to anyone that's posted anything on Instagram with the hashtag SCV Life, which is something that the Signal of Valencia came up with. So what this does is it shows you all the pictures that anyone has posted using this hashtag right here. And then go a little bit further down, we got great ideas for decks. If we go slightly down, we've got all of your guys' virtual tours here. So, hey, Santa Clarita found a bunch of new homes, check it out. And then we've got a little link, and we talk about how it was recently updated, so people click on it, because they're going to see this every Friday, right? So I say updated today. Scroll down, and we've got SCV's newest listings. If you click on this, it takes you to the official remax.com, not ours, and talks about listings in our area. And then we've got some fun stuff that Kaylee's posted or Joanne's posted, and Then we've got some tips for real estate agents. Then we come back down. We talk about trending in the Santa Clarita Valley, which is just news, community news. This is community news. Then we've got a quote again. Then we come back into SCV Life. Then we have a couple other posts. Then we have virtual tours. So you see how it's kind of cycled in and out. So Monday through Sunday on your posts, if you're using Hootsuite, which we can talk about one more time, go to Hootsuite. We have talked about Hootsuite. If you go back to the social media class about scheduling, which I would think if you have a general understanding of social media, Facebook, etc., which you should by now, that class is going to be the most important for you. It's going to save you the most amount of time, and you're going to learn the most about how to manage social media if you go to the social media class, the social media bootcamp class about scheduling. All right, so that talks about some content. I think we've talked about how to post new listings. I also want to talk about doing copy correctly. So let's look at how this is formatted. Every Sunday, view the SCV community through the eyes of Instagram via SCV Life, and then we've got view. So what did I do in this to make this look nice and clean? I do hashtags within the sentence. So every Sunday, view the SCV community, hashtag SCV. You can, so it's built into the sentence there via this hashtag, what I'm talking about. And then I say view in capital letters because a lot of people may not quite understand that this is a shortened, this is the link to click. Like there's a lot of stuff to click in here. So I try to emphasize view. And then we've got the shortened link here. Now this Owly link, OWLY, is from Hootsuite. It's just like Bitly, the link shortener, but it's Hootsuite's version of a link shortener. So if you're utilizing Hootsuite, that's the way that your shortened links are going to show up. But if you're just around the web and you need to shorten a link real quick, you go to bit.ly.com, you paste, your long-winded URL in here, hit shorten, and it will copy it for you. All right, and then we've got a link to our website, and we've got, less than 6, let's just call it less than 6 hashtags at the bottom here relevant to the post. So if I click on any of these, this post shows up in there. Come down a little bit further, trying to keep it short and sweet here. I'm talking about 26 great ideas for decks, tall bar, shortened link to the source. We've got a URL that goes to our website, and we've got about 4 hashtags here. Scroll down more, we've got a hashtag built into the sentence again. So we have a bunch of new homes for you to check out in the SCV, and it's built into the sentence. Then we go see all of them on our YouTube : and then we've got the link here. So again, pointing out where to go when you see this post. If you hit see more, it shows the hashtags that are hidden in there. And the reason that was like that, it said see more, is because you only get to see like so much of this section. It wasn't like a secret thing to hit see more. It's just part of the way that post went up. And so on and so on, so on and so forth. So that's kind of how that keeps going. Again here, ready, set, sell, tall bar, link, right? So I've got the title of the content, and then I've got the shortened link, and I've got a URL, and I've got hashtags again. This just goes on and on. So if you guys need a reference, 2 places, RE/MAX of Valencia and Santa Clarita's Facebook page is a great reference for how to post correctly, as well as the one we just looked at, Party Properties. There's a cool one. There's also, I think, another one that's pretty cool out of New York, but they're a huge real estate company. Well, I wouldn't say huge. They sell high-priced homes. So let's see. The Corcoran Group is what it's called. So click on the Corcoran Group, and you've got another great thing here. So look how they've done it. This is a new listing. They don't even put new listing. They just go, quite simply, the most perfect place to gather pre-Memorial Day barbecue cocktails. And what it is this link is going to take you to their website, and it's a listing. Yeah, we're definitely not having a good Memorial Day. Okay, so I believe that they're trying to be sarcastic, kind of weird, whoever wrote that, but quick sentence, and then they've got a link to it. So these guys get pretty creative. So with all of this, these are all listings, but they just go, no work tomorrow means we're staying up late tonight. Who doesn't love a late night dinner party? And then it's a link to their listing on their page. So it's an interesting way to do it. Definitely a page worth checking out for real estate pages and what kinds of content to post. So if you're doing a lot of listings, you're lucky. You have a lot of content to post. That's like the best kind of content you can post as a real estate agent, which is, you know, listings, homes, which people would love to see. Other options like reviews of you. We've got market reports. We've got, let's pull up in Feedly, which we've talked about in a past class, but I want to pull it up one more time. So we have talked about Feedly before in a past class, but let's go over some stuff real quick. So I've got little area Feedly, which is, by the way, let me just go to home. Let me just Google it for you so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Feedly. This is it right here. Feedly.com. And what does this do? It searches all over the internet and brings you content based on topics you search for. So if you just go to Feedly.com, I'm going to click on Feedly right here. It takes me to Feedly.com. Bam. So let's do real estate. So what I've done here is I've collected a bunch of real estate sources, and it just kind of creates like a mashup of all those. Now I'm going to drop this down so you guys can see. You guys can see them. If you guys feel free to, please go ahead and look through these and add them to your Feedly. So what we've got here is Bob Vila, Curbed, which is a site about like Los Angeles real estate. There's also Curbed National, which is about real estate across the United States. So we've got Decorate, which is obviously interior design, Design Sponge, Desire to Inspire. All of those are interior design. Forbes Real Estate, Fresh Home, HGTV. These are just home-based websites. House, a great idea for interior design ideas. Hooked on Houses, Inman, all real estate. Remodelista is what this is, which we've talked about a couple times in past classes as well. And it goes on and on and on. All great sources to find stuff to post to people. So what we don't want to post, we're not trying to post like how to market yourself as a real estate agent, right? Because that's not what our target audience wants to see. We have to think, what does our target audience want to possibly read? And I would say more often than not, it's kind of like fun stuff. Because we don't want our social media platforms to be too markety, quote unquote markety. So I like things like, 10 ideas for, hold on one second. Okay, 3 designs by Love Design, a Madman inspired take. I like that. It's interesting. It's cool. We've got 9 twists on nautical style. I like things that are numbered, like lists and stuff like that are pretty cool. But there's all sorts of other things like that you can post on there that aren't too markety. It just sounds like you being interested in the field that you are, which is real estate and anything home related, and you're posting content based on that. And then you're posting all your listings. You're posting, when you have a new virtual tour up. So these are all great ideas for content, but this is where you're going to pull most of your third party. I call it third party content because that's what it is, not content that you wrote, content that other people have written, but we're going to take their image, their title, and link to their stuff. And we're not trying to say that we wrote the content. What we are trying to do is just we're saying, I like this article. You should read it too. So that's the idea behind that. All right, guys. So if you haven't, you need to go back and for sure watch the Hootsuite class that we did. You need to familiarize with Bitly for link shortening. You need to review the Corcoran Group and Party Properties and the Remax of Valencia Santa Clarita Facebook page. Okay. You need to make sure that your LinkedIn profile link is on your website, along with all your other social platforms. On LinkedIn, you need to make sure that you get to this 500 plus connections. You can use your phone. It's the best way to do it. You just go to this guy, go to people you may know, and just start adding people until you get to 500 plus connections. Make sure that you give your LinkedIn profile some uniqueness, some character. Don't sound like a robot on here. Feel free to give it a little bit of personality. Make sure you add all your endorsements on here so that people can start endorsing you as soon as possible. And then find any groups that you want to follow to learn more info, kind of just get more involved in real estate related things, marketing ideas, etc. And make sure that you're following the Remax Valencia page and that you're getting the right link in your profile. When you say that you worked at Remax Valencia in Santa Clarita right here, make sure that you're using the right page, which is RE/Max of Valencia and Santa Clarita. Here, this one. All right, and that'll be it, guys. That's it for LinkedIn and what kind of content to post onto your social platforms, where to get some of that content from, and how to make it look nice when you're posting it and kind of getting some inspiration for that. So I'm going to have this video live today along with last week's class. And if you guys have any questions, please email me at where you got the invitation for this class, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And thank you guys so much for joining me for today's social media boot camp. Next week will be our final class, and we're going to talk about tying everything together. So please join me for that. It'll be next week, I believe. I will send out an invitation on that to you guys as soon as possible. So thanks again, and have a great day, guys.